My name is Jo Swinson. I'm a Member of Parliament and I'm also leader of the Liberal Democrats political party. I was first elected as a Member of Parliament at the age of 25 when I was the youngest MP in the House of Commons. And I have to say, the great thing about being involved in politics is that you can change the world. When you look around and you see that there's things that aren't right in society, you see injustices, you can actually spend your time trying to make a difference to individual people's lives and change that will affect everybody. And I feel very lucky to have spent time as a government minister, for example, changing the rules to make companies publish what they pay men and women in terms of their gender pay gap, or to change the rules on parental leave so that dads as well as mums were able to take time off when a new baby's born. Things that will really make a difference. And as I say, politics is a great field to get involved in if you want to change the world. When I was growing up in the 1980s, I was very inspired by Anita Roddick. Anita was the founder of The Body Shop that you probably know from the high street, and she set it up with a real vision to do business differently. So as well as going to the till and paying for my strawberry shaped soap or my peppermint foot lotion, there would always be a petition. There'd be a campaign about fair trade, about making sure that people were earning a decent amount for the work that they did, about reducing testing on animals or reducing excessive packaging. And she really showed me that you can make a change, that we can all, whether it's through the decisions that we make where to spend our money as consumers, whether it's through getting involved in campaigning, whether it's through being a businesswoman or a politician, we can make a difference. And that message for me, I found really quite instrumental to the decisions that I later made. I think sometimes you learn most from the things in your life that don't go well. So I spent 10 years as a Member of Parliament, and I then lost my seat in 2015. And although I won my seat back in 2017, those 2 years out of Parliament, I think I learned a huge amount from. It wasn't in the plan. Obviously, I didn't plan to lose. I didn't want that to happen. But the way in which you can then reflect on why you're doing what you're doing, what went well and what didn't, I would just say you often learn more from your mistakes than from when everything just goes really successfully. So although it's hard when you get a setback, you fail an exam, or you go for a job and you don't get the job after the interview, or you mess something up that you really cared about, actually just try and learn from it because you'll find yourself a stronger person as a result. One of the things that is really important is that we're all human beings, everybody's a person, and even when you disagree with somebody, when you are competing with somebody, being able to reach out and be kind, I think in itself has a huge power. Remembering that language of kindness is important. Secondly, I think it's important to be yourself and to recognise that you have unique talents, you have something to contribute, and often we can feel that somehow we don't know enough or we're not good enough, and we can have that little nagging voice inside our heads. But trying to make sure that you remind yourself that you are valued and that you have a huge amount to offer, and being yourself and feeling confident being yourself is important. And the other thing I would just say is there's a lot of people out there who are winging it and who don't know what they're talking about. And I remember a time when I was a government minister in the House of Commons, and there was an area of policy that I knew inside out. I'd been in all the meetings, I'd read all the reports, and a man in the House of Commons stood up and he was talking on this area, and he spouted some absolute nonsense, but he did it really confidently, and it just was a revelation for me that all those other times it looks like people are speaking with supreme confidence, it may be that in fact they're just faking it. So don't assume that everybody else is right and that you're wrong just because they say something with supreme confidence. Actually, what you have to offer is really important too.